Hello guys, you're welcome back to my channel. If you're stopping by for the first time, you're highly welcome. My name is Kalista Adubike, a professional makeup artist and a YouTuber based in Lagos, Nigeria. So I'm sure you just finished watching the trailer that just played. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys a detailed makeup tutorial on how to achieve that beautiful and glamorous bride, and I'm sure you don't want to miss it for anything. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the video, guys. As I said earlier on, this video is going to be so detailed. So these are the products I'm going to be using for my look today. This particular look is a masterpiece, and I want to show you guys a detailed step-by-step makeup tutorial on how I achieve the look using these products. So we're starting off with the micellar water from Blossom. I'm using the micellar water to clean off her face. Remember, we really have to start on a clean slate. Do you understand? It's very important, guys. So after that, I went straight to my Mahon skin prep. So use that to dab on her face. Make sure I spread the Mahon skin prep all over her face, and make sure that, because when I want my makeup to last for a very long time, I usually go for this Mahon skin prep, and I use my fan to dry it up completely and use my hand to check if it is dried. After that, I went straight to my Mario Badescu hydrating spray and hydrate her skin. And yes, this is my Mirac brushes, and drum roll, that is exactly the unboxing. So guys, I love those brushes so well, and I thought it wise to show you guys the unboxing of it. This is the first time I'm using it, and I'm super happy because the result was mind-blowing. So after this, I went straight to my watermelon recipe. So I'm just using that for my bride. I use this specially for my bride. If you're not my bride, I will skip this watermelon recipe and go straight to the next step, because this small thing you're seeing there is very expensive, and unless my Odogu clients that really want to pay for it, fine. For my bride, they are always very dear to my heart, so I usually use it for them. So straight I went to my moisturizer, Embryolist moisturizer, and I spread that evenly all over her face. And after using that, I use my fan to dry it up. I make sure that every single layer of products or skin prep I add to the face is well prepped into the face very well. So straight to the Dove mattifying primer. Before the Dove mattifying primer, I had used the Mismetic Aqua Grip, the recent new version. I've used that all over her face. So I'm just using this Dove primer just for her T-zone only. She have a combination skin, so it is only her T-zone that is oily. So I'm just using my beauty blender to just mattify and just to blend all over the face, just to make sure that the whole face is smooth. That is just a step for me. I usually do that. So using that particular gloss or that lip balm for her lip, just to prep her lip and make sure her lip is ready for the journey ahead. So using the airbrush setting spray to spray the face. This is just to lock in all my skin prep that I had done earlier on. So I'm using the fan to dry it up. And for my foundation application, I'm using 3 foundation, as you can see. The first one is the Silver Mark foundation in the shade Honeywell or Honey Drip. That's it. I think that's the Honeycomb. Sorry, that's the shade Honeycomb. Then the second one is the Estee Lauder foundation in the shade, I think I forgot the name of the shade of the Estee Lauder, but the Avon foundation is in the shade 03. So I mix these foundations together to achieve this glamorous skin match. Are you guys not seeing it? The skin match is mind-blowing. You know me, this is my thing. Whenever I apply foundation, it has to be matching the skin. If not, we'll have to correct it. So it is very important. So I do not apply foundation under her eyes, just with the residual remaining from the brush, from the beauty blender, I'm just using that to make sure the whole face is evenly toned. You remember the reason why we even have to apply foundation in the first place, to evenly tone the face. Do you understand? So this is me just applying the foundation all over everywhere, making sure everywhere is and the coverage of these foundations are so beautiful. See how it's covered and smoothly, and see the effects of the foundation. It's really 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 beautiful. So guys, I'm using the next thing, the airbrush setting spray again. This is the second time, just be counting it to lock in the foundation application, to make sure that the foundation application is locked in. So I'm using the Avon foundation and Beauty by AD foundation. In the Avon foundation is in the shade 08, and the Beauty by AD foundation is in the shade 15. So I'm using these two together to contour her face. I just mix the two of them together to contour her face, and I just love the shade of contour it gave me. You understand? So after that, I went straight to my Tehila Rosy Cheek. So this is my cream contour. This is what I'm using for my cream contour, and I usually tell my client or my model to just smile a bit, so that the cheek will be a little bit pronounced, so I can apply it very well, because I apply it at the apple of the cheek, just slightly beside the contour that I've just done. So I'm using my beauty blender to blend and make sure everything is seamless. Going to highlighting under eyes, I'm using the what's the name, Born This Way concealer in the shade Butterscotch. So before applying that, I decided to use my beauty blender to blend under her eyes. So I don't want any crease under the eyes at all. So just to make sure that any fine line there, you've blended it away, and what you have is just a clean under eye that you can just go ahead and apply your concealer on. Do you understand? Always check it. If you have some fine lines underneath your eyes, try and use your beauty blender to blend it out before going to the concealer, so you don't have too much work blending the concealer when it comes in. So this is the first layer of the concealer, and I'm blending it, starting with the one at our cheek and our chin. Then I went straight to the forehead, then the bridge of the nose. This is just to buy me some time while I wait for under the eye to get a bit sticky. Do you understand? Because that is where I want the coverage to be pronounced. So after that, I went straight with under the eyes and I blend it. As I said earlier, this is the first layer. So for this particular one, I will blend not just everything, but I'll blend it well. Do you get, to the point that you will not even believe that there is a concealer? Because why? I am going on it with another lighter shade of concealer. So this is the reason why I am doing. If I wasn't going with another lighter shade of concealer, I could have just left it at this moment. I won't blend it the second time. Do you understand? So you know the difference on when and how you should do what you're doing. So this is the lighter shade of concealer, and I'm using the Kevyn Aucoin concealer in the shade XX11. So I'm just, if you see, it is just to lighten the inner corner of the eyes. It's just a bit lighter. I don't want to go overboard. I don't want to leave her skin tone. So that is why I use that particular one. So I didn't blend it yet. If you could see, and it's not blended yet. So, but I just left it there to get a bit sticky. Then I went to my contouring the nose. I used the same foundation mix I used to contour the face to contour her nose. So while I am blending the contour on the nose, I was blending the inner corner of the eye simultaneously, just to blend everything together, so that at the end of the day, I'm not seeing fine lines here and there. Do you get? So after that, I went straight to setting my under eye, and you know, guys, what I will use to set my under eye. It is either Merac or nothing. So I'm using the spice, the shade in the spice and ginger. So it's that's for me. I love Merak setting powders. So if you see, it's speaking for itself actually, so you could see the how beautiful and mind-blowing it is. So if you see, I'm just going with it like a bit more at this moment, but the first one I did, it wasn't even showing, just to make sure that under the eyes is set with little setting powder. But when I'm going over later to bake, I can now use more. So just make sure that under the eyes is, and at this moment you still cannot look up, look down, because it's still not complete. It's not completely what's it called, it's not completely set. So I went in again with a powder. With this powder, I think Avon in the shade 10 or 01. No. I think I went, this Avon is 10. Yes, 10. And the what's the name of that powder again? Airbrush powder. So that is it. So but I went with number 2 to lighten up our under eye bit and set it with powder. I use 2 things to set my under eyes. I start with setting the under eyes with the setting powder first, then before going to a little bit shade lighter than her skin tone for under her eyes. So that is what I usually do. Then the next thing is to set all over her face with her powder shade. So after that, I use my setting spray, airbrush setting spray, to lock in everything in again. This is the second layer of locking in. Do you understand? So it is always better starting from the beginning to start locking in your process bit by bit, so that everything, the makeup gets to last for a very long time and everything is incorporated into each other. You're not seeing, at the end of the day, you're just seeing a beautiful, flawless look. It is the process that's achieve it. Do you understand? So the next step we're going for is the brows. For the brows, I'm not drawing the brows yet. I'm just using the damsel brow tint to just brush the brows, arrange it, keep it, preparing it for later on. So this is just it. I'm using the end of the brush to just make sure I smoothen it. Yes, I smoothen it. Then we'll leave that. Then go straight to the eyes. So for her eyeshadow primer, I'm using the benign eyeshadow primer to as her eyeshadow base. At this moment, I was really pitting for my model at this moment, because you see this thing she's carrying on her head, Hey Jesus, it's so heavy. This is my model. She really tried for this look, seriously, and I have to applaud her specially for that. So I was just pampering her head because her head was so heavy. This is the Benin traditional beads, and this is the original one, and it's pretty heavy. So let's go straight to the eyeshadow, guys. So for the eyeshadow, I have used the powder as a base of a transition, and now I'm using the Meet the Browns by Annie's Beauty. So this particular brown colors are so beautiful. So we just start with the lighter shade and start building it up. This is just me. I'm just building it up bit by bit, just building it up, making sure that it is well built. So this is another palette of Annie's Beauty. This is Happy Bride palette. So I use a lighter brown in that palette for everything, just to make sure everything is, if you see, you can see what I'm doing, just to clean up everything. And after that, I'm using the pigment glue. This is the pigment glue, and I'm going for a highly pigmented pigments. So I'm using that pigment all over her eyelid, and I allowed it to stick. I gave it some time to stick a bit before going in with the pigments I'm using. I use a quite number of pigments for this look, and I can't just remember. I think I used like 6 or 5 different pigments. Do you understand? And at this point, I figured out that I've not baked under the eyes, and when the drops of the pigment starts falling on the skin, it can ruin your makeup. I just decided to pause on the pigment first and went in to bake under my eyes, so that I can have some setting powder there that the pigment can fall on, and I'll sweep it off when I'm done. Do you understand? So I am back to my pigment, to the application of my pigment, and this is just me using this brush to apply it, to dab it. So after that, I'm using the same Meet the Browns eyeshadow to darken and smoke out the outer corner of her eyes. You see the way I lifted it, the line I used in lifting it in the first time. So I'm still maintaining that line as we go. Do you understand? So I'm still maintaining that line. So blend it just to smoke out that outer corner of the eyes. So, and I'm using the Tehila black gel liner, using this disposable liner brush to line a waterline. After that, I'm using this Blossom mascara to clean off the excess fallout from her natural lashes. Then I went into these lashes. This lashes is from Winx Lashes, and it's so beautiful. See the difference it created in the eyes already. Do you understand? And it's also lovely. I really, really love these lashes, and I'm going back to Winx to get more of their single palette, single eyelashes, because they are really, really beautiful. I give it for them. So I'm using the same Tehila black gel liner to line a waterline. See, I'm doing it just to line her waterline. So guys, I know this video has been detailed from the beginning, and I'll also love you to recreate this video. Tag me in social media. If you have any question on anything, just drop it in the comment section. I'll really be open to answer any of your question. I make sure I reply any message that drops on my video. I take my time to do that, so I'll be here to reply any of your question. So for this, I went in with my Merak face scrutes, so to get a darker shade of that powder there for contour. So that's what I use to contour the face. And this is me using the same brown Meet the Browns to smoke under her eyes. And this blush is from Annie's Beauty. I'm just falling in love with most of Annie's Beauty products these days, and I stock it up. The prices were not here, but anything for you guys I do. So you see how beautiful and how flawless that blush is already. Do you get? So at this moment I was already feeling my look, because everything was already coming together. So going into our eyebrows, I am using the Eggy and Esther brow pomade and a little bit of the black gel liner from Tehila to outline our eyebrows. So just to give it a pronounced outlining. So that's exactly what I'm doing, and I did the same thing at the other side of the face, that's the other brows. So just watch and see how I'm able to achieve it. Just carefully, and you must make sure your brush is very, very flat, a very flat brush. So this is just me making sure that brow bone is well outlined. You see the beauty much later. It's way more outlined. So you see how sharpened my pencil is. That is how your pencil is. And giving it just few strokes here and there, just filling the sparse area. Don't do more than that. Just fill in the sparse area, and your pencil has to be very, very sharp. This is the Davis pencil, and I'm just using it to you see how it is. Maybe if you didn't see it very well for the other eyes, I'm sure you saw it very, very well here. So I'm just filling this sparse area. Any other places that doesn't really matter, I just leave. See, I didn't touch the beginning of the brows at all, so I just give that a few stroke and we are done. Do you understand? So for the brow highlighter, I'm using this House of Tara brow highlighter. I'm just using a bit of it to clean off under our eyes. We've already done eyeshadow already, so you cannot do too much. And that is the reason why I think I'm really loving this aspect of doing eyeshadow before doing the brows. It also make the work faster and obviously better. So, and I'm loving this as well. So just clean off that under the brow bone, just clean it up and blend it, and it is beautiful. Do you understand? It is, brows are becoming this easy. Do you understand? Just follow the you can pause, rewatch and watch again. Do you understand? And follow it up, and you will see how easy it is becoming. For her lip, I'm using the Imagic lip palette. I'm using that brown shade to line her lip, outline her lip, just to make sure everything is properly lined. And then I'm just taking my time to make sure that that lip is, you see how it is right now, it's very, it's well lined. So I'm doing that for the underneath the lip, and it's always easier because I had moisturized her lip earlier on with the lip balm. So it's always easier to blend in your lipsticks, no matter the shades, the shades of lipsticks you want to blend in. It's way easier when you moisturize your lip at the beginning of your look, your lip journey, or your lip construction, or whatever you want to do for the lip. It's way easier, and you see how beautiful the lip is already. I blend in three nude lip at the middle, and you see how everything went in together and blend in effortlessly. This as a result of that moisturizing. I moisturized the lip area on with a lip balm. So this gloss is from Blossom, and I'm just using it for just the middle, then using the Polar Clear Gloss for just to gloss everything up, and you see how beautiful the lip is. So going into the wet balm, I went with the Mismetic wet balm in the shade Flush. So I just want it just for her forehead and her chin and the bridge of her nose a little. I didn't do for the faces, for the cheekbone. Do you understand? So I used the Mirac face script just for the faces, and a little, I'm sure you're not even seeing it. I'm also going for a much dewy look. I want it in between dewy and matte. Do you understand? And I use the Silly Spray from Silver Mark to seal the look completely. And this is the end of the look, guys. Thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you so much. This is really beautiful. This is wonderful, and I'm sure you enjoy every step of this video. Please don't forget to drop your thoughts in the comment section, subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and also share the video. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to be putting another video for you to watch at the end, so please, I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.